Hello? Is this working? Better check. Oh shoot, we're live. Let's go. I bet. Well, today, I don't know if anyone's watching, but I'm doing a trading recap of my week, which was a green week. Made about 1% this week. So I'm going to be doing a recap of Monday to Wednesday because I didn't really trade Thursday or Friday. And I'm going to be giving my outlook for the next week. I'm just having some lunch right now, to be honest. I don't know how to look at both chats. This is the first time I'm doing this, so forgive me. Live chat. Yep. Um, I selected multi-stream, so I'm assuming. Oh, I'm assuming I can see both, both chats. But I guess we'll see. Yeah. Um, yeah, everything seems alright. I'm having some chicken, man. Went to the gym. Um, yeah, let's have a look at my. Let me pull up my stats for the week. Can you hear my chewing? That's probably bad. You probably don't want to hear my chewing, I'm assuming. That's my bad, man. So, just pulling up my recap for one of my accounts. Here we go. What? That's not right. This is not right. That's not right either. No, this isn't even right, but, oh. I'll show you anyway. So this is my, stats for the week. Um, so we took a loss on Tuesday. And then I did get a win, which was that, but I lost like 600 before that. So I actually, on the day, I think I only made 500 or something. No, I would have made 1,000 on the day. But it was a green week nonetheless, so that's good. So yeah, I'm gonna go through that now. So I know on TikTok it's a vertical view. I'm gonna keep the screen in the center so we can understand and have a look at everything I'm looking at. So yeah, am I allowed to play music, or is that like not allowed? Let me quickly Google this. Let's ask good old ChatGPT. Am I allowed to play music on TikTok live stream? Uh, oh, only if I have the right to the music. Oh, that's awkward. Well, I could play royalty-free music. Yeah, let me get some hectic royalty-free beats up. I hope I can see both chats, man. Just in case there's someone in the chat, but I'll just keep it up on my phone. Then I'll be able to see. Copyright free deep house music. I bet. Oh, Come on. Alright, we'll turn that down. Make sure it's not too loud. Let me just do an audio check. That's not too loud. It's kind of loud, actually. Low key. Alright, let me turn this down even more. I hope that's not too loud. You can let me know if it is. So, my outlook for the week from Monday. So, my computer's set to New York time, by the way. I'm actually in Australia right now. It's actually 3 p.m. So 24th Monday is when we are going to start having a look. So I'm going to keep the center screen so people on TikTok can see. So I believe on Monday I didn't take any trades. But my overall outlook going into the week, pretty sure I was bullish from memory. I honestly don't remember. I was thinking maybe we could come down to a monthly fair value gap, but yeah, after that reaction we saw Monday, I mean, you see how bullish this week has been. But yeah, we kept sweeping out all these lows. I thought we were going to, from here originally, which was like weeks ago, I thought we were going to pump back to all-time highs from here, but we ended up crashing back down. So yeah, we're pumping up now. So on Monday, we had this huge dump on Thursday last week, and we were pressing straight into this gap. So that was a bit of a giveaway that we are just straight pumping. I mean, that's the whole session there, but I think I could have taken a trade with my system. My system's very, like, I don't just trade like 9:30 and then I'm like, oh look, there's an inverse and I take it. Like, it's not how I trade. I have a very particular system that I've created over the 2 years. I haven't been trading for 2 years. 1 year and like 8 months of trading. So I have very specific points and very specific what I call sweet spots that I'm allowed to trade from. So I can't just trade from any higher time frame, fair value gap, or order block or anything like that. So on Monday, actually on Monday, I really liked these equal lows that were put in, because these were on ES and NQ. So I was thinking maybe we could short down to there, and I was looking at this huge gap, potentially to short from there, but with my system, I'm not allowed to use any high time frame fair value gaps that were formed last week unless it was on Friday. Just that's just my experience through my years. I've tried to use high time frame gaps from like a whole week ago or even months ago, and it's just never worked out for me. So I've cut that out of my trading. So I was a bit disappointed that was from Thursday because I couldn't take that. And we had this opening range gap. But yeah, I was really looking towards these, so I wanted a bearish range. And we got this bearish range here. So I was looking to use this range in order to short. But it ended up there was no setups at all. And as soon as I was looking for setups once we were in this gap, and we had like a liquidity sweep here. I was looking for setups, but there was just nothing. Like it just kept on ripping. So once we kind of closed above all this, I was like, okay, this range right here, this dealing range right here. And for those of you that don't know what a dealing range is, it's just taking two sides of liquidity. So we swept this high, swept this low, so that makes this a dealing range. So once we did that, and we pushed straight through it, and down here we didn't really leave anything, because you see we had a little liquidity sweep right here before we pumped up. So once all this got ran through, I was like, okay, it's probably going to go long. And with my system, I don't think I had anything I could have possibly taken. And the other thing is, once we took these two highs right here, sorry, you can't see it on the TikTok here. Once we took these two highs at open 9:30, for me, yes, it did seem that we were going to go long, but for me personally, there isn't any draw except internal, but I prefer to target external liquidity rather than internal. So for me, once I saw all those highs being taken, I was like, I went to bed. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to bother with this session since kind of all the draws taken. If we left these highs and then we retraced into, I think there was a 1 hour gap. Yeah, this 1 hour right here. This is a spot I would have loved to use. And ES came into this gap later, but this was after the, as you can see, ES came into this gap. I would have loved to trade from there. And with my system, there was actually a valid trade from that gap. But I was asleep because, and I don't think I would have taken it anyway because all the draw got swept out. So I don't like taking trades when there's no obvious draw for me, particularly equal highs. So this day there was a valid setup, but like I said, I went to bed, so I did not take anything on Monday. So then Tuesday came around, and I think I took a loss. Tuesday was a very annoying day for me, actually. Um, I did want longs, and I think there was a really, really, really good setup. Like, as you can see, Asia session, oh, not Asia session, uh, Asia just accumulated, left a lot of highs, just looks like straight AMD to me, just accumulation and when manipulate down, right? So, in particular, the spots I was looking for to trade from was on ES, which was this gap right here, this one specifically, and that's where I wanted my setup to happen. And ES came down, and now we took. I think we did take all the highs here, but because we left these two right here on NQ and ES, I was still happy um to go for it, and we just had such a great reaction. And I did like this tapped this gap like by a tick, I believe. The low of this candle was 7475. Yeah, like literally a tick. It tapped into it. Um, and that was here on this candle 950. So I did take a long here. And I thought this was absolutely beautiful. I thought the price action was beautiful. I thought it made a lot of sense. And where I took my trade was like this. Once we got back above this high, my stop was there. And I was targeting those highs that I mentioned before. And this was my trade. Once we took this high right here, that's when I went break even. As you can see, I got hit out at break even on this leg. And I actually flipped it short, which looking back, like, with my system, I was allowed to take the short, okay? But now I've created a rule. As you can see, this is the bearish range. And we did have bearish order flow. There wasn't really much anything to draw to, so that is another reason I think I should not have taken this. But the most important reason for me is that ES, at the time I took the short, broke all this structure to the upside. So if ES held the bearish structure, then I think it would have been fine. But because ES because ES broke that structure to the upside, I've made that invalid now. So with my system, I've changed a rule, which will avoid me from taking this again. But yeah, I took this short like this. And another annoying thing is ES was like one tick away from hitting a 5-minute gap, and if we hit that, I would have gone break even, but it never hit it. And yeah, that ended up being a loss. So that was very annoying because, you know, if I just held my original position, I didn't go break even, then it would have continued and it would have hit take profit. And I was like a little bit emotional when this lost because of how nice this long setup was. And if I just wasn't all up in my head being emotional, I honestly could have just flipped it once more once we lost and used this range right here. I could have just re-entered and continued up to my draw. But anyway, it is what it is. So yeah, that's my bad. Definitely shouldn't have flipped that. And maybe could have re-entered if I just wasn't so emotional that night. But that's okay. So yeah, then that was it for me for the night. So then Wednesday is when we got a dub, and that is what secured my green week. So let me just play this out. so I can remember what happened. Oh yeah, I think I took. What did I take? Oh yeah, I took a short right here. Sorry. This is where I took my trade. So we had this bearish range created, and we left these two 15-minute lows right here. And on the 1 minute, it looked quite nice. So we left these two on ES as well, so there's no SMT. And, you know, we did have a lot of imbalances unfilled, and I thought we could go a bit further down, but anyway, we didn't end up going further down. But anyway, there was a 1 hour here, so we have a 1 hour bearish range. So this is where I wanted my trade to form in this 1 hour gap after we hit equilibrium. So once we went into here, we had a valid setup for my system form on this leg down. So I entered on this inversion here. Now, we went into an opposing 15-minute gap, and on this candle, I was meant to go break even. My rules state that I have to go break even, and my dumbass was like, nah, man, I'm confident. Because I was salty from yesterday, because yesterday I went break even, and that cost me the trade. So this time I was like, nah, I'm not going to go break even, and I'm just going to hold out, which was breaking the rules. So I shouldn't have done that. That's my bad. And I paid the price for it. So I should have gone break even on this down close candle right here. I should have been break even, but I didn't. I had too much confidence, and yeah, like I said, I paid the price for it, and I ended up losing. So that was great. But I still wanted this range to succeed, so I waited, and we got a nice setup which formed somewhere here. Here. So on this inversion, I took another trade because we had another liquidity sweep on the 15-minute time frame, which I'll show you. This tiny high right here. As soon as we swept that, the 1 hour was still valid. I still liked the draw. I didn't see a reason for us to go back up there. So once we swept that high right there, I took this inversion here. So entered, and we had a very nice risk to reward, being like 4 point something. So this got me back all my losses, those 2 losses from the week, plus another percent. So this just was absolutely clean, and I followed my rules this time. I went break even when I was meant to. And here I held through this. My rules were to say not to go break even then. This was scary, and I thought I was cooked. But it ended up delivering very nicely. Especially at the end, man, there were these 2 massive impulsive candles that just dumped straight through here. So, yeah, that trade brought us back into the green, and we hit 1% for the week. Now, with my accounts, I have only one funded account at the moment, which is my TPT account. I got that above 52,000 on this trade. So now anything I make now is going to be going into my pocket. So I've been working like this whole month, passing the account and getting it up to 2,000. So I've made 5,000 in the past month, but I can't get any of that just yet. So now this week coming, we can freaking whatever I make, I can get, which I'm super excited for. But I've got to continue to stay patient and whatnot. But yeah, after that, we ended up flipping back to the upside, and there actually was another trade from this gap, which is also my system. But all the draw was taken, and I went to bed because I won, so I didn't worry about it. And then we had I think it was Thanksgiving, which was absolute garbage. My goodness. I mean, I don't know if it's Thanksgiving, but Thursday was just straight chop, man. It was actually like, what the heck? Even 9:30, even the whole session was just straight garbage. And then I really wanted a trade on Friday, from this gap, down here, this 1 hour. This 1 hour right here, which it didn't end up hitting. But the markets got halted during Asia session, and apparently this has never happened before for a long time. And yeah, so I just didn't even stay up to find out that the market opened at 8:30 ES, came right into my 1 hour gap that I wanted here, and there was a beautiful long setup. So it is what it is. But I mean, how was I meant to know the markets would be back? So yeah, that was pretty much the recap of my week. So we ended at green, which is brilliant. Um, Now next week, I actually want shorts. Um, we've ended up here with a huge, like, it is bullish. Don't get me wrong. Like the order flow and everything like that is completely bullish. Um, but, we're coming into this 4 hour here, and I just feel like we've just been pumping for a long time, and there's a lot of daily gaps. We've taken some external highs, so in my opinion, I think this daily gap is a great target, and this also just looks like AMD to me as well. This huge accumulation. We haven't left much because I know that this is SMT'd, but on the 15 we've left a little bit of liquidity down there, but it's more the internal. But yeah, it just looks like a huge AMD to me. So on Monday, I'll be waiting for a bearish range to be formed. So um, whether we come down here and then go like that, or if we make a new bearish range or whatever. But I'm more looking for us to head down to this daily gap for next week. But if the market, creates a bunch of highs and we're clearly gonna use this range right here, then that's fine. But there isn't really much I can use with my system for this range. And we've also left a tiny opening range gap. Also, it's not really an opening range gap, but it's just that big gap from when the market reopened. So I am drawing down here. And from here, I'm expecting us to continue. Because going down here does not break any 4 hour structure. Like it doesn't break any dealing ranges, which is how I go off structure. And yeah, so that's what I'm looking for next week, this daily to get hit. Once that daily gets hit, then maybe we'll flip back to longs, but for the meantime, I want shorts. I want shorts down to here. But like I said, if the market presents that we are going to continue long and we're not going to worry about coming down here, then that's fine. I'll be on the longs. So yeah, we'll see, man. But I also bought another 150k account with TPT with those deals that they had on Black Friday. So I'll be looking to pass that. My personal account, I do have a personal account, so I put $5,000 into a personal account. That went down to 3.5 grand, and I brought it back to 4.3 after this week because that trade made me like $900 that I showed previously. So that's at 4.3. So I'm risking 4% per trade. I risk $200 per trade on that account. So about one or two more trades, and I'm back up to 5,000 break even, and then I can start building it up. I can start accumulating it again, because I've found that I've been neglecting my personal account because I'd be passing all these challenges, and I'm so focused on prop firms and challenges and all this, and all these wins that I'm getting with these prop firms, like this TPT account. I've literally made $5,000 on these TPTs, but they're all evals, so I get none of it. So I was like, man, I need to prioritize my personal account because with all those wins that I'm getting on the evals, I can essentially get that on my personal. So why am I not prioritizing my personal? So I've been prioritizing my personal account a lot more. That's being built up again. And even if we have rough times where we're losing accounts or whatever, you always have that personal, always building. If you do have a winning system, then you'll be sweet. Now I'll bring up my, because that's the month done, right? When's December? Yeah, Monday is December. So that is the month of November done. Now I'm going to bring up my hectic table, which is my data collection table. If you guys do not do data collection and you're a trader, you need to get onto it because it's very important and it is a great, great, great thing to, I guess, do. So I'm going to bring that up now. This is my data collection table. Now it's going to be a bit harder to show the TikTok, but I'll scroll through it. This, you can input everything into this table, and you have automatic win rate calculation, automatic risk to reward calculation. You get a notes on your. Sorry, I'm trying to make this better for the TikTok because you guys can't see. Let me do it like this. Okay, is that better? Okay, so you can see all the notes of each trade, and I'll essentially walk through how this works. Now, there is a video on my TikTok on how to make this. It's completely free, or you can pay for it if you can't be bothered to make it. But come on, man, just don't be lazy, just make it. So pretty much what I do is I input my date of the trade, I input the day it was, the month, the session, the model that I used, and you can put in your PD arrays, and this is all customizable. You can make this however you like. The direction of the trade, win, loss, break even, and then we got our calculated win percentage here. So my win rate for this month, it actually isn't 62%. There is a lot of trades I did not log in the start of the month, but the end of the month I've finished very strong. This is definitely a green month for me, 100%. But hey, we'll take it, 62%. And then an average of 3.4R. You can say if it's a live or a demo trade, like say you're like forward testing or something like that. You can put your risk, how much you risked, and you can also get it to calculate your average risk. Did you take partials as a checkbox? Was there red folder news that day? And then you've got your notes and your takeaways for each trade, because journaling is also very important. And then you got a photo of each trade, inputted here. So look, there's that trade that I went through with you guys. And yeah, you input it there. So the best thing about this table is you can put in filters. So this is just filtered to November. If I take the filter off, it'll show you all the trades I've inputted from months and months and months ago. So if I just want to look at the month of October, I can select October, and I can see my win rate, 28%. Ooh, that's terrible, man. That is absolutely terrible. Don't look at that. My average risk to reward in October, and you can do this for every single month. I mean, as long as you've got data there, you'll have it. So we got August. Oh, what did I just do? I just added something by accident. Okay, we got August here. You can see the win rate of August, 41%, and it's just a really helpful table. And you can do this filter with absolutely anything. So if you want to know, hey, my PD arrays, what were my most successful PD arrays? 15, 1 hour, 4 hour, you can select that. How many wins have I had? How many losses? How many break evens have I had? You can do direction. Am I more successful going long? Am I more successful going short? What's my most successful session? London, New York, pre-New York, afternoon, Asia, New York PM. You know what I mean? What day is my most successful day? You can put a filter on absolutely all of these things, and it automatically calculates your win rate and your risk to reward, and it's just absolutely helped me. Months where, like for example, London is my least successful session, which it hasn't been bad this month, but you know, you can go through the month and you can be like, you know what, I'm not going to trade London this month, because with my data, I can clearly see London is trash for me. 15-minute PD arrays is my most successful PD array. Let's just say 1 hour is my least is the model's least successful with the system. Alright, let me cut that out, and you can start to prune out things, because the goal with trading is to minimize losses. That is what you need to do, minimize losses. It's not about getting more wins or anything like that. It's just minimize your losses. And with this table, you can clearly identify where are my losses coming from, what session are they coming from, you know, what's my average risk to reward. Then you can calculate things like my maximum drawdown for a funded account. You can calculate how much you can risk within that funded account. How many wins do I have in a row versus losses in a row? And it's just a really, really helpful table, and you guys should definitely get onto it. This is Notion, by the way, completely free software. And yeah, it's easy to learn. Just it's on my TikTok, on my pinned. I show you how to make this exact table all for free. And I use Notion for heaps of stuff. Notion's great. Like I have my Bible tracking, for example. So I have this is my tracking of the Bible, so I can go through. So this is I'm reading the Bible from start to finish at the moment. So, for example, Genesis. I've got every single chapter of Genesis that I read. I've got all my notes on Genesis for each chapter. So if I ever need to go back to something, like what does Genesis 47 talk about, I've got my notes there. And this is a great table. If it's highlighted in green, I finished it. Right now I'm only up to Exodus. And yeah, man, I just think Notion is great. You guys should definitely get into it. Here's my calisthenic workout. I got my workout routine, which I can click into here. And here's examples of all my workout, what I need to do. We've got skills I'm trying to master, like the plank, planche lean, crow pose, etc. I've got like shoulder mobility, how to do that better, and it's just really good, man. You guys should really get onto it, even for tax. And yeah, I've got my day-to-day journal. I've got my trade journal here, which is just pretty much a journal of my entire journey from the start of this year. This has got everything from the start of this year. I don't know why it's not loading. Yeah, man. So as you see, this is my trade journal, which just isn't loading. But anyway, so yeah, you guys should definitely get onto that, because it is really helpful, really helpful. But anyway, that's pretty much it. I mean, yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna finish my chicken. Um, I mean, I don't know if anyone's even watching this right now, but if you have any questions, man, let me know, and I'll answer your questions. No problem. Don't mind me, man. I see my chicken. I don't think anyone else has watched this stream. That's okay. It is what it is, man. Give out the free sauce to no one. But that's alright, man. Hey, if you guys are traders as well, man, let me know how you went this week. Let me know some of the bangers you hit, some of the L's you took. Ask any questions, man. I'm just eating my chicken. Even any questions about the Bible, man, let's talk about it. The economical state of the world, man. No, I don't think my chat works, eh? So I got it on my phone. So that's okay. Just eating my chicken, man. Ask me any questions you want. Mmm. That's rice good, man. Can you hear my chewing? I hope not. That's a bit, let me move the mic away, bro. Alright, man. I'm gonna hit a freestyle on y'all. I gotta test this audio, man. That's too much reverb. Frick. That's alright. Maybe I need some EQ. Is that better? I don't know. That's alright. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. Yeah, that's okay. Let me drink some water, man. Wait, can you still hear that? Yeah, I get nervous doing this, man. I've never done this live before. Excuse me, man. I'm a bit nervous, okay? I don't usually do this live, right? But I'm trying to cook. I'm just freestyling, alright? There's nothing like... I'm just trying to flow. Nah, that's terrible. Alright, just relax, bro. It's not deep. try. I hope the quality's okay. I don't know how the quality is. Can you hear that? You can, that's cool. You know, I've had this new noise. I don't know how it sounds on the mic. No, man. This ain't it. You hear that? You can. Freaking hell. This other bass is very hard to do. Yeah. Freaking hell, it's hard. myself. Oh, 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 to see if I still feel. Oh, oh, no, 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 oh, oh, no, 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 oh, oh, I focus on the pain. Oh, oh, no, 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 oh, oh, no, 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 oh, oh. This isn't my cover, this is like Codefish's, I don't know exactly how to do it. Hold up, someone's home. The only thing that's real. Oh, oh, banana, oh, 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 oh. Sorry, I get nervous when my parents get home. I didn't even like that cover though. What does it sound like? I think that sounds good. Man, I'm just spamming at this point. Yeah. I don't like that snare. What does that sound like? What does that sound like? I don't know about that one either. So, has anyone even been listening to me beatbox for the last, 20 minutes? Or am I just, beatboxing to myself right now? There's no chat, man. This is depressing as hell. Yeah. Yeah. Freaking hell. Oh man. Well, man, I've been freestyling for like freaking 30 minutes, man. Well, I guess I'll end it there. My throat hurts. Pause. And catch you guys later. Whoever you guys is. I mean, I'm talking to no one. But Jacob joined apparently. Jacob, what's up, man? Anyway, guess I'm gonna head out. I'll just hit like, I don't know. That's freaking trash.